Alrighty, well, Wagwado Focarinos, and welcome to the eDTM, put together by the legend, the one and only, the German howitzer, Mr. Dirk Diaco Bub, and we are not too far away from the beginning of qualifying session. So it's going to be a case of just waiting for these guys to get going, and quickly just going to sort out my social medias, and then it's going to be go time. Let's get the keyboard in as well. We've got Diaco with us, we've got MZ111, I'm going to have to remember these names, Peter from Poland in the Porsche 911. Maxi Torsten, the God of Thunder, also joining us in the 911. We've got GRT TNT, who is always one to watch, joining us from America today. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do on round 4 of the eDTM Season 1. And what an incredible series this is actually turning out to be. Thoroughly enjoying it. It's all about the people. And we have some great people involved today. Of course, we've got Mr. GT5R Hornet, and the qualifier is now beginning. And here we go. So, we're on board with Diaco, as we see Ian, GRT, Moomin, DJ Supreme, Torsten all begin to leave the pits. Just listen to the sound of that championship winning BMW M6. Just quickly popping the keyboard in. Happy days. So we're going to leave. Hey, we've got it all. Beautiful. So, Dynamite Koal. That's not Kobe, is it? Another Koal in an M6. Richie, how's it going, buddy? Where? DJ Supreme, the absolute legend, the fiery Irishman in the GT3 Mercedes here today. Absolute legend, and what an absolute pleasure it is to see him on track with us today for Diaco's eDTM Season 1 Round 4. And it looks like he's got a pretty good slipstream there. We're going to check those times soon. He's moving to the left side as they come up to the start-finish straight here at Interlagos. And we've got the names above the cars. I usually take that off, but I think I'm going to have to... I can't remember how I did that. But we'll try that maybe just before this goes. So... I'm going to have to move my face, aren't I? Back in a moment. Alrighty, that's a lot better. Simon alternating between. Yes, Scotty's doing the FIA, isn't he? How is he doing, by the way? I'm curious to know. I popped in earlier before I had to nip back out and noticed he was on with the FIA. And Peter from Poland in P1, but unable to find him for some reason. 20 minutes of qualifying, and Ian, the beast from the east in the Aston Martin. Coming through the penultimate corner here into Lagos, and it should be now putting lap times down. So we'll stay on board with Ian and see what he can do. 3/10. Franklin in P2. There he is. What a beautiful sight that is. So Franklin is new to the eDTM series, another absolute legend, number 44 of course, in the BMW M6. Ian looking like he's just letting the rest of the crew go past, not wanting to put a lap time down there, but Ian still in pole position from his first lap time. And someone in the pits that's facing a very interesting angle there. I don't know whether that's Peter from Poland. It is. What's going on here? Oh. Alrighty. Well, GT5 are 3/10 off the pace. Lucky racer Peter from Poland. I'm gonna have to. Ah dear. Yeah, to put a time. I'm not too sure what he's doing. It looks like his car's having serious issues. I think. Oh no! I hope there's not going to be an accident. Okay, well, I'm sure he's. It looks like his car's having a spasm. It looks like his car's doing what mine's done in the pits a few times, but I think he's actually. Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. That's a pit party, mate. Pit party. Yeah, not sure what that was about. Daiko 4/10 off Ian, who has been on this track all week. So I'm not surprised to see Ian at the top, and it's an incredible feat to see Franklin already on a P2. Ah, there we go. That's all I needed to do. And of course, the number 6 German Daiko Bub. Look at his anime helmet as well. What an absolutely incredible livery designer. And if you do play GT Sport, and even if you don't play GT Sport, and you want a genuine livery done, probably have to be from Germany. I don't know if he does the UK as well, but he is a livery designer. Is Mr. Dirk. And he has designed a lot of the liveries that we can see on track today. He's designed my liveries for GT Sport, and he's designed some more liveries for the 100 Sub Special, which is going to be streamed straight after this one. So I have a lot of respect for this dude. Currently in 5th position. Lucky Racer 1 is in 4th position, so he has put a time down. Daiko's about to come over that start-finish straight yet again. Can he improve on P5? It looks like he can. And I believe we have P1, Ian. And who have we got here? Franklin in the M6 GT3 Walkenhorst 2016. I do love the GT3 cars, it has to be said. Glitch, he's done one for me, a legend. Putting in some solid performances. Well, that's good to hear, mate. What's his best position so far? Okay. Let's move up to P2. GRT TNT, this dude's always one to watch. A gap of just over 2/10 to the very quick Ian in the Aston Martin GT3 V12 Vantage 2012 model as well, so I'm going to be expecting the GT7 is going to be bringing us out quite a few new models to work with. But we'll run down the pack. 4th position, GT5, the Hornet in the M6 GT3M Power. just see Ian there just coming out of the camera shot there here at Interlagos. We'll see whether anyone can knock Ian off of that P1 gold position. And Peter from Poland looks like he's escaped the cursed rig. It's not a controller, cursed rig. Third bottle of bubbly. Whee! What an absolute legend. I'll have to celebrate with him. Give him a big shout out later on. Yeah. You play GT Sports, Simon? I can't remember what was what. But nevertheless, Peter the Poland currently, I'm not too sure what's going on there because he's in 5th position, but he's about to put another lap time down. Thankfully, he's been able to get out of his little glitch mode. Where is he going to become? Still P5. Franklin now in P3, knocked off by the American driver GRT. And again, it's just incredible that we have drivers from all over the world joining us here today, Interlagos, for Diaco's eDTM. And what a beautiful save there as well from the literal 666 beast from the east. And of course, we cannot forget Moomin, only 0.9 off the pace to Ian's lap time. Moomin, another absolute legend. It seems as though everyone that is in this lobby is just an absolute legend. I don't know what else to say to that, you know. I'm just going to go get my lights because they are hurting my eyeballs. Alrighty, so we're just under 10 minutes left to go. GRT TNT, the absolute legend, has taken P1 away from Ian. Not even half attempt, 3,000. 3/10 of a second. No, it's 300, isn't it? 3,000. Anyway, no, not even half a tenth quicker than Ian. So it's an interesting one there, both on the front row of the grid currently. Of course, this is provisional. Yeah, just one sec. Diaco in chat. Hey Simon, hey Richie. Hola macho. Hello, hello, hello. Well, we've got 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining of the qualifying session for the eDTM round 4 at Interlagos, and it appears as though many of the drivers are well and truly getting into the flow. And Franklin still in P3, GT5 now pushed in to 4th position. But nevertheless, so I'm a bit confused as to what's going on with Peter from Poland. but because he hasn't got a time. But anyway, is he having issues? I hope not. I hope he's okay. But nevertheless, Diaco only just over 4/10 of a second away. Yeah, he is having an issue. Preater. Okie doke. So 5 minutes 55 seconds left to go, coming up to turn 1. Diaco still 4/10 of a second off, and now in P6, pushing Diaco to P7. We have the 1-1, and Magic Mike just joining the party. This is turning out to be an incredible night. Can't see what Peter's written there, but nevertheless, D-Max into the pits. Moomin 7/10 off Giatti's P1 with a 1:31.4. That's a pretty decent lap time here today. We'll see what the rest of the boys can do. Have a quick little run through of the order. GRT in P1, P2 of course still controlled by Ian in the Aston Martin. Looks like he's just about to go side by side with the M6, although he is just letting him pass, tucking it in there, just missing that apex, but still a pretty clean, solid line nevertheless. Although the cars are somewhat slippy in here. And in P3, Frankie joining us from South Africa in the BMW M6, an absolute weapon of a piece of machinery. And in P4, just coming out of the pits, we have the GT5R, the Hornet. The Hornet, I think, is probably going to have to be this dude's name. Ah, yay! Peter's finally got a lap time down. I am very impressed to see this. Hello, Neil. Hope you are well, fella. It's a private lobby, this one. Yeah, if you're interested in getting involved, there is a second lobby up and running. Obviously, you need to be on Discord, really. And obviously we can sort of help you out that way. But yeah, the 1-1-1 in P5, front row of the third grid in the number 66 Jägermeister, very similar to Diaco's BMW. And there it is, look. And Richie currently in P7 with a 1:32 flat. It's a pretty decent lap time indeed. It's a very tough one, this as well. I've had to spend quite a few hours. Give us a flash, mate. Appreciate it. It's a very difficult track, this one. I've spent quite a few hours trying to master some of these corners. Some of them, obviously, you can get out to first gear, but especially on wheel, you don't have to you've really got to kind of turn like that. You kind of get to the point where, you know, unfortunately. I use a Fanatec CSL Elite so I can set my sensitivity to 720 degrees steering lock, which just seems to be perfect for this. Just seems to represent what I want to do. But nevertheless, Daiko with a new time with a 131.8, 131.2 from GRT. So we are going to move on to, looks like Moomin in the GT3 Lamborghini, currently in P8. Not even a second away from the very fast pole lap time. And D-Max. Now this dude is a legend. See him in pretty much everyone's stream. So this dude is a avid sim racer and very much involved with the community. Is Mr. D-Max. And we should be seeing him tomorrow, I believe, if I've got that right. I'm going to be doing commentary for Pleb Series Racing for the Hard Kids Charity Foundation. We're going to be commentating for that one, which is going to be a lot of fun. But nevertheless, we've got Power Maxi, the God of Thunder, Torsten in P10, as he goes side by side with an Audi there. Still trying to get better at GT Sport, mate. Yes, aren't we all? It's a reward. It's a rewarding experience, putting in the grind. Okay, so have I? Okay. So follow me with a 1.478. He's obviously having issues earlier. This dude is quick, so we'll see what he can do. Dynamite Koal, Kobe number 2 in the M6, currently in P12. And in P13 we have the ECM Relnips, the number 88. Audi GT3. Back to P1, GRT TNT, and I do believe we've missed someone. So we are finished. GRT TNT with a P1, Ian with a P2, now nearly 0.3 of a second off at GRT. Franklin in P3. Oh, look how close he is. So he's going to be first on the grid. Yeah! Giving us a flash, what a legend. And the Hornet in P4, side by side with Franklin from South Africa next to the German. And on grid 3 we have Daiko Dirk, the eDTM creator and livery connoisseur. And Mr. 111 in P6, Richie, the Irish Dragon in P7, Moomin in P8. 1.75 off DJ Supreme. D-Max next to Moomin on the grid, and then we are followed by Power Maxi. Follow me, Dynamite, Relnips, and Lucky Racer. So, qualifying session is now over. And it looks like we are very close to getting that green now for round 4 of the eDTM series. And away they go. GRT looked like he has an incredible stat there, as well as Daiko, who's taken over Franklin, who was in P3, who's now been pushed back to P5, 6 perhaps. Ian just making his way through turn 2 in pursuit of GRT in P1. P3 we have the Hornet being chased by Daiko in P4. And just behind Diaco, we have Moomin in the GT3 Lamborghini. Diaco clipping that apex nicely. He's got the best line. It looks like he's got the inside line to the BMW M6. And he's taken that position on Hornet. Is Hornet going to be able to do anything here? Or is he going to be able to hold on to that position? Franking side by side. And Moomin looks like he's just lost a little bit of traction. Franking making his way back, a little bit more contact. And we've still got GRT in front. Ian, who has been on this track quite a lot this week, because I've been on with him, bless him. So we'll see what he can do. I'm expecting some fast lap times from Ian today in the Aston Martin. Currently in P3, Diaco. P4, we have the Hornet. And of course in P5, oh, it's just run a little bit wide. Has Richie giving that run to the 66 Porsche, who I believe is now in 5th position. Frankin looking to get on the inside, not able to make anything work there. A gap of 5 seconds now to the lead. On the inside he is with the BMW, and looks like the BMW is just able to squeeze ahead of the 911, who is currently sandwiched by 2 BMW M6s. And of course D-Max Racing joining us from Australia, the absolute legend, putting under a incredible amount of pressure from Richie, who's taking the inside line. And look at this, there's 4 cars, or both of them side by side. We've got some incredible racing here today, that is a fact. Just check this out, a penalty has been given to D-Max. Fortunately, he's been able to give that off. We have got a fight on our hands today with quite a few of us. Let's jump back on to Peter from Poland. Where's he gone? Moomin, oh, he's gone off. And ECM Red Nibs just running up the rear. 27 minutes of a race left to go. And D-Max just 0.8 of a second behind Dynamite Koal in the M6. The Walkenhorst 2016 BMW M6 clipping that apex, maximizing track widths. But it looks like D-Max in the GT3 Mercedes had an incredible run as well. Moomin in the 4-wheel drive Lamborghini looks like he's got his head down and he needs to work his way back up through the pack. But with over 26 minutes of racing left to go, look at this. We've got some incredible racing. D-Max going to get the run. It looks like he's gone in the inside line of the M6, and he's took that position already. Porsche 911 getting a little bit loose, giving that run to the power and the grip of the Lamborghini GT3, who's taken 2 positions through that one corner and is now in pursuit of Dynamite in P9. Now I'm going to expect Moomin to work through the pack today. Just quickly gonna back out and back in again and see whether this changes. Yes, here we go. Fantastic. You have to do that on this game for some reason. So we are on board in P3. So Dirk has had an incredible start to season 1, round 4 of the eDTM series, and Ian is just up the road. We've got GRT ahead, looking like a pretty even gap between the 3 drivers, all taking home gold, silver and bronze. And oh, lovely line there from Diaco in the M6, because obviously you can take an incredible amount of track widths. But if you are going over the curbs, you've got to be very, very sensitive with your throttle. No, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, he's just held it. That's an unfortunate set of events there for Moomin. It looks as though he's had a bit of a rough race today, and we are on board with P9 Dynamite Koal, who is being chased by D-Max and Torsten, the God of Thunder, who is making the most of those track widths. Rear camera of the BMW M6. And okay. Well, we've got a fight on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. D-Max side by side with the BMW M6. He's taken the position away from the purple liveried BMW M6 and maximising all of that close to 600 horsepower in the AMG GT3 performance car. Let's see how he handles this corner. Not an incredible amount of traction here. Very eager to get into that corner, but he's handled that pretty well. He's got some good lines. It looks like there's quite a bit of grip there in the Mercedes GT3 car, and back under pressure from the BMW 6 overtakes. And of course we need to give a little bit of love to Mr. GRT TNT. It's one of these things, of course, when you start commentating for people and they're always on their own, they're always up the road, very similar to someone else I know in ACC. But here he is. We'll jump on board for a few moments with the legendary GRT TNT and see exactly what it takes for this kind of a lap time. Zavasic. Well, hello, good sir. Another absolute legend saying hello in chat, and Flash as well. Hello, brother. I hope you're doing good. Bless you all. Okie doke. So we've shown a little bit of love to GRT TNT and Ian, who, oh, look at this. Diaco is putting an incredible amount of pressure on Ian in the Aston Martin. Is he able to capitalize, though, over the next few laps? That is the question. And a 4/10 of a second gap. He's in that slipstream range. He's in the danger zone. And GT5R also just in the rear of Diaco's rearview mirror, and that means both of these cars in a slipstream. Both of those cars are going to get the pull on to the British Aston Martin driver of Ian. So it's going to be an interesting one here to see who's going to take P2. We've got a great battle for P2 here. And of course Diaco making his way up to that start-finish line, being chased by the Hornet in the identical BMW M6 and the 111 in the Porsche 911. Diaco's team livery driver, shall we say, number 66, and Diaco being number 6. So as a team they are the literal beast from the east. And Franklin in P6, who has had a little bit of a rough start here. 2 eDTM's round 4 series, but 111 has ran wide through the exit of that corner, and Franklin is taking the inside line. Is he able to make it stick, or is he going to get the cut back? It looks like he's got that position well and truly in the bag, taking him back to 5th position. Now GRT cars, Ian and Diaco, all in P3, seems to be running a very good race. fact, TNT, as we can see at the top right, we've got just under 20 minutes to go, so we're closing in towards the halfway mark. TNT is well and truly just about to go through that last left little hand corner. It's not really a corner, on the straight, crossing that start finish line. So now I'm going to jump on board with cars and see exactly how long of a gap it is. It says 5.2 seconds as he crosses that start finish line, but Diaco is continuing to hunt Ian in the Aston Martin. It looks like he's got side by side with the Aston Martin. The BMW M6 are fighting it out. Diaco's taking that position away from Ian, able to capitalise on what was quite a few seconds worth of time there, and now Ian pushed back into third position, and the Hornet, who we can just see there, we've actually got a pretty decent fight for P2. We've got cars chasing Diaco, we've got the Hornet, and I could just see Franklin from South Africa, who has obviously rejoined us, or joined us for the first time today for Diaco's eDTM series. And he puts himself on P3, and I'm not entirely sure what happened to his start, but I believe well, he just quite simply just didn't have the best of starts. And I think put himself all the way back into 7th position, working his way up to 6th and now to 5th. And Ian, look, he's going in the pits. 17 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. He's gone for an early pit stop. He's going to be going for them soft, so I'm going to be assuming that he's going to want to decrease the amount of time he's giving to people behind him, because of course that's, you know, free time, it's extra fights, it's extra battles, you know, all this sort of jazz. And it's going to be an interesting one to see what happens as Ian's made that decision to pit early, as the Aston Martin boys go to work on Ian's GT3 car. Tyres are on, it's now time to refuel. We'll see exactly how much fuel he has put in, and if I remember rightly, Season 1, Round 3 of the eDTM. We had a couple of drivers that struggled. I don't even know if it was this guy, Mr. TNT. But a couple of drivers literally ran out of fuel right on the last lap, and they were just chugging over that start finish line. They had about 10 meters worth of track left to go, and yeah, they had to literally fire it up, the engine, and cut out for 10 meters worth, and it took him a while. I think he lost a position or two. But Diaco now in P2, into the pits as well as Franklin from South Africa, the number 40 Ford BMW M6. So that leaves us on to Richie entering the pits as well as the Bob Marley pit crew get ready to do what they do best and get their money's worth. Chrome green goggles, loving that. Everyone's off in the pits. Dynamite, D-Max and GT5 are still yet to pit, I believe, as well as GRT TNT. It's going to be an interesting one there, and DJ Supreme with the mediums, and I believe I saw Franklin with the mediums as well. I don't think you have to use the mediums though. I think it's more of a case of you use 2 sets of softs, or you go 1 set of mediums. I believe, I might have got that wrong, I'm pretty sure that was the case though, but nevertheless, we will continue on. And Diaco now in 4th position. Oh. So jumping on board, the 111 now in the pits, 4 laps or 4 litres worth of fuel in the car. TNT now in the pits, so I'm going to jump on board with the race leader because I want to see exactly where TNT is going to come out with relation to the rest of the pack, but looking at this leaderboard, or rather the live track updates, this guy's flying. Ian in P4. Wow. So just going through that corner now, just jumping on board with Diaco, the legend. And now coming up to the same corner as GRT TNT. And look at how much distance and how much space and time TNT has been able to pull away. He's a very, very consistent driver. Every time I'm commentating for TNT, he seems to be able to put consistent lap times down, and of course proving he is a driver indeed. Leihan van Blumenstein. It's me. Who's it's me? What are you? One of the racers, fella? If you are, which is your PSN tag? Well, I'll tell you what. Look at the racing we've got here. We're going to jump back on board with 3rd position. Quite a fight going on there. Okay, so Ian has found himself in 5th position. Now over 18 seconds worth of damage has been done to P1. But if we jump on board with Diaco, he is 12 seconds. So he's 6 seconds away from Diaco in P2. Jumping back on board with Ian. As we see Franklin chase down the very quick Ian in the V12 Austin Martin Vantage. Wait for that car to find as much grip as he can. Waiting to get back onto that power, exiting that corner. Not quite clipping the apex there, but can he get a good run out here? It appears so. Let's just try. Okay. It looks like Ian is going to make a move to the outside of Jägermeister 111, but it's the Porsche 911 able to hold up. He seems to have given that position to Ian. Franklin hard on that brakes, clipping the apex. In the BMW M6, well and truly within the slipstream. So both Ian and Franklin able to take a position there. Anyone's in the rear. Looks like the Porsche's got a pretty decent run now, but now he's pulling in the M6. He's showing his rose. He's gone for the late brake. There's a little bit of contact there, not too much, just a little bit of love tap, but he has gone wide. But I think he's just giving him that position back, obviously not meaning to do that. Again, we always see incredible racing respectfulness. Well, not quite the word I wanted to use there, but nevertheless it'll work. And a very tricky corner to get right, but you can most certainly capitalise on a few tenths of seconds with here between that right and this left, and the final 3rd right. Very slow corners. Yo, Tony, hope you are well, my friend. Oh no, man. That's a shame. Peter, are you? Yeah, I was thinking it seemed a little bit. Oh, moment. A little bit confused here because I was watching Key 25's stream yesterday, and when people were joining his stream, they kept getting kicked out. Now, Moomin, I thought disappeared earlier, but he's still racing. Earlier, someone's lap time wasn't coming up, and now I've just been told by Peter that he is still being told he's on an outlap. So I think Gran Turismo Sports very much and well and truly coming into the end of its life, as we've got just over 5 months left to go. Before we get the infamous GT7, and my God, can I not wait for GT7? That my car collection is going to be huge. Be taking a week off work for that one, that's for sure. But nevertheless, we jump on board with the legendary Moomin in the Huracan GT3 with a 1:23.3 lap time, getting back onto that power, down into second gear. Hello Hugh, I do hope you are well, my friend. Lovely to see you in chat. And we have GRT and ECM just coming out of the pits. And of course, Diaco still in P2. And it looks like he has gapped the Hornet quite nicely indeed. Just, yeah, 3 seconds worth of a gap. Can't see side view, never mind. Just wanted to show the liveries, of course. Obviously, Diaco's being the livery designer and designing liveries. And of course, if you are looking for any liveries to be designed, please get in touch with Diaco or myself, and I will push you on to Dirk, who is a real-life livery designer. Quite a few for me. It does make you feel a lot better when you've got your own liveries custom made, I'll be honest, so it's definitely worth it. The GT5 Riders, I'm assuming that's his group as well that he interacts with. The Hornets PC36, I assume that's his YouTube. Dirk crossing that start finish, as is Hornet. Let's see how he traverses turn 1, maximising track width a little bit. Want to try and keep that angle as acute as possible. It's very, very difficult when you're trying to push for a fast lap time, because you've got so much to consider. And here we have Ian in P4. Now being hunted down by Franklin, the South African driver in the BMW M6, a solid car to use. Completely different sound between the two engines of the V12 Aston Martin and the BMW M6. But we jump aboard with P6, who's of course the Ms. 111 in the Porsche 911. And Richie in P7, holding off quite a few drivers with a gap of 3 seconds between Mr. Supreme and Mr. Dynamite. And of course, D-Max in P9. So let's have got a little bit of a fight here for P9 between D-Max and the God of Thunder, Torsten. Power Maxi in the 911. So jumping back on board, we've still got a 3-second gap between P2 and P3. P3 to 4 is a 7-second gap. I think Kaz may have made a mistake somewhere, or maybe I'm just not quite paying attention to that gap. But Frankin just under 3 seconds worth of time. But whether he can capitalise that with 3 minutes, there was like 2-3 laps left of Season 1, Round 4 here at Interlagos for the eDTM series. 2.7, you can just hear the roar of that BMW in the background of Frankin. Now back to P5, started off at P3, didn't have the best of starts, looked like the car bogged down somewhat, and but being able to work his way back up to P5, and not only that, get himself behind the very quick Ian in P4. So 3 minutes left to go. We have P1 now traversing his way through turn 1. Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at sector 1, sorry, that wasn't turn 1, that was sector 1. Okay. So it doesn't appear that we have many fights in our hands, so unless we have any serious complications or any offs, it appears that GRT has taken P1, Diaco's taken P2 and GT5 with P3, Cars, Ian in P4 and Frankie in P5. This can change. We're just closing into that 2-minute mark. And Richie in the number 4 GT3 Mercedes, making his way through the very slow section. Very easy for the back end of the car to get loose there. You could just hear it there, as well, as I'm sure these tyres are becoming towards the end of their tyre life, as we are approaching the final minute of the eDTM Round 4 here at Interlagos, and it appears that GRT is going to take a gold here today, but it is not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. Dynamite Koal in P8 in a beautiful looking M6. Blue flag being waved. The God of Thunder in the 911, the number 92 Porsche 911 Power Maxi, making his way up to that start-finish straight. Just hear some fireworks going off in the background. And D-Max hunting Power Maxi down, but can he, a deficit of 1.6, is he able to take the God of Thunder down, as they, I believe this is going to be the final lap. And Moomin in P11. And ECM bringing up the rear in the Audi GT3. I do need to just jump back on board with Power Maxi. He's now 1.2. Or 1.1. To 1.4, 1.3. He might have a chance, but we do need to jump on board with GRT, who is now on his final lap. I wasn't sure whether it was going to be finished there, but it looks as though he's got to do another lap. Daiko's taken P2, GT5R with P3, Ian with a P4. I think he's probably going to want to have expected a better result, but it's still fantastic results nevertheless from Ian there, so congratulations, good sir. Frank Ian with a P5, first to drive with us today for round 4 of the eDTM series. Well done to you, and fantastic to see you on track today, Frank Ian. And P6, we have the MS111, the number 66 Porsche 911 in P6, and in P7, the Dynamite Koal. And of course, P8, Richie, the legend that is, followed by the God of Thunder, Torsten, in P9, D-Max, the absolute sim connoisseur, in P10, Moomin in P11, and ECM in P12, and still yet to even finish the race is GRT TNT, and what an incredible race this dude has run. Congratulations to you, sir. You've had to do another lap. Thank God you've had enough fuel as well. But it appears as though he's going to cross that start-finish line. He's going to be taking that gold. You can't mess it up now. And there it is. So there we go. P1 GRT, P2 Dirk, and P3 GT5 the Hornet. So congratulations to everyone that has taken part today, and well done to the number 67 GT3 Mercedes. Incredible race, pulling away from everyone as you have. But that is going to bring this session to a close. And just look at all the cars on there as well. I know that is because they're out there. I thought that was because GT was having a little bit of a moment. But well done indeed. Big congratulations. To GRT. And that is all she wrote for round 4 of the eDTM Season 1. Round 1, Season 1. I'm gonna have to say season. Ian, I will take that. Yeah, I would take that as well, mate. You've ended up in my favourite position, P4. So well done indeed. Lucky Racer 1 has had a very tough time indeed. I think because Gran Turismo 7 is on the cards, on the route. I think the servers are beginning to suffer somewhat. I don't know whether they may begin to open some more servers for GT7, which is making it suffer somewhat, or I don't know. But nevertheless, it's a shame that Peter from Poland, Lucky Racer, was unable to compete. Even when he was competing, it said that he was on a outlap. So Gran Turismo having a few issues as it comes towards the end of its life, but I think the older you get, the more you lose your mind. Congratulations TNT from Tony Montana in chat. And so, yes, that is going to bring this to a close. And I am going to be streaming straight away again for the 100 sub stream. And I'm absolutely stoked for this. It's all for fun. It's all to just have a laugh, get everyone in chat, and have a good time. I'm very thankful to everyone that's been a part of my journey. Very, very thankful to Dirk, Diaco Bub from Germany, who has helped me out tenfold and also responsible for some liveries, and has also made some liveries just for tonight. So if you go into the livery option and type in TMK444, lowercase TMK444, you will find the liveries available for tonight's race if you're joining. But yes, I believe that is it. Another incredible race. So we're going to be race 5. Next time you see me commentate for the eDTM series. Thanks for the great commentating. You're most welcome, Diaco. It's a pleasure to be working with such a legend as yourself. Genuinely. So I'm very happy to be involved with awesome people such as yourself. So I'm going to bring this stream to an end, get the next one up and going, and we'll see you all there. Thanks for now, and we'll see you soon. Peace.